What's going on, guys? Zuko back with another War Within video. We are going to talk about Mage, baby. Much to the happiness of a bunch of you guys. People have been screaming in the comments for me to do Mage, so I'm going to do a Mage. This is a new Earthen, by the way. These guys are pretty cool looking. Look, he's got like diamonds in his arms and stuff. Pretty cool. Let's talk about Mage. We're going to talk about Frostfire Mage today, so we're going to do the fire side and the frost side. I haven't looked at Sun Fury yet. I will get there. We're going to do Frostfire first. This tree is pretty cool. I'm going to do the fire one first, and then we'll move over to the frost one. Right before we get to the tree, just know that the fire tree itself underwent some incredible changes. Living Bomb is sort of like a passive built-in mechanic now called Lit Fuse. Consuming a hot streak has a chance to give you Lit Fuse. Your next fire blast will spread 3 living bombs that are going to explode. And then you can invest a whole bunch of talents in here that make your living bomb do more damage if it hits fewer targets. So it has like a single target component to it there. Your chance of getting Lit Fuse is higher. Flame Strike and Living Bomb apply Mastery Ignite at 100% effectiveness. When Living Bomb expires, if it didn't spread, it reapplies itself. There's a bunch of really cool things here. The final one is that you get 5 Living Bombs instead of 3. And Living Bomb, once it goes off, Lit Fuse can do 5 of them, and then it can spread afterwards. So you can have some massive sort of AoE Lit Fuse Living Bomb explosions going off, which is quite cool. Left side of the tree has a lot more of obviously the pyro stuff, the more single target type stuff. Extra crit as well. In the middle here, we've got your improved combustion, spontaneous combustion. I mean, you can take whichever one you want. I just picked a bunch of talents. Don't judge me, okay? This is just something I'm just doing for fun, and I don't really care if this is the most efficient way to do this. You still have things like Alex Strauss's Fury to give you the guaranteed hot streak proc. You've got Meteor, you've got Deep Impact. I would argue taking Meteor as a Frostfire Mage is pretty important because you get Comet Storm calls a Meteor, and Meteor calls a Comet Storm, which is kind of cool. So there's sort of some built-in incentive there because if you cast Meteor, you'll get the extra damage from the Comet Storm that comes down, which is very, very cool. What else is here? There's Sun King still here, and there's Unleashed Inferno. I'm not sure if this is in the game right now. I should have went and checked that really quickly. Let me look this up really quickly here. Let's go to beta, and then we'll move to the War Within. I should have used this in the other browser, but it's okay. You guys are going to be telling me right now that this is probably in there, but we're going to check. Whoops, that was the Old Towns. What am I doing? I'm losing my marbles here, boys. We'll go here. There's Mage. So perfect. Okay, so did it have it there? It did. When combustion is active, Fireball, Pyroblast, Scorch, and Phoenix Flames deal 50% increased damage and reduce the cooldown of combustion. So what does it say now? Combustion is active. You reduce the cooldown of combustion. While combustion is active, Flame Strike deals 35% increased damage and reduces the cooldown of combustion as well. So I don't know if the other one had a Flame Strike component. It did not. It did not. So you get the added bonus of having a Flame Strike component there, which is pretty nice. So that is kind of cool. I'm just taking it for the cooldown reduction because I think it's fun. I understand the benefit of Sun Kings and yada yada. We'll get to that in a minute. Just know this is a very different tree. Living Bomb has basically been baked in as a passive now, which is very cool. And you can talent into it if you want to do some AoE damage. Let's look at Frostfire for Fire Mage. Again, you get Frostfire Mastery. This basically just says casting a fire spell gives you haste. Casting a frost spell gives you mastery. That's it. Okay. Frostfire Bolt counts as both. You're going to stack up extra haste and extra mastery. That's all you're doing there. Frostfire Bolt, of course, replaces Fireball and Frost Bolt. It is a much more significant replacement when it comes to Frost Bolt, in my opinion. I'll show you that in a minute. Replacing Fireball is kind of whatever. There are some talents here that interact with Fireball, but they're not the most significant. You have Pyrotechnics, of course, giving you the increased chance to crit. That is a really good one, of course. You get a guaranteed crit if they're above 90% health. Reduced cast speed is good. Then you're getting Kindling, of course, which is going to reduce the remaining cooldown on combustion. That does count for your Frostfire Bolt. Again, your Frostfire Bolt will do anything that Fireball can do, including giving you Hot Streak, which is very, very cool. So lots of good synergy there. I like that. I think there's more synergy on the Frost tree, on the Frost Mage side of things, but we'll get to that. Casting a Frost or Fire spell increases the damage of your next Frostfire Bolt by 6%, stacking 5 times. Then this is the big passive that you get. Frostfire Empowerment. Your Frost and Fire spells have a chance to activate Frostfire Empowerment, causing your next Frostfire Bolt to deal 100% increased damage and then explode for 80% of its damage to nearby enemies. and grant you the maximum benefit of Frostfire Mastery, which is 8%. So you get an activation of this thing, you fire off your Frostfire Bolt, it explodes, and then it gives you 8% haste and mastery. Very good. Okay. Frostfire Empowerment grants you the maximum benefit of Frostfire Mastery. That's already happening. Activating Combustion or Icy Veins gives you Frostfire Empowerments. So again, you have that guaranteed chance of getting it, which is super cool. Okay. Blazing Barrier also casts Ice Barrier. Actually quite strong. You get both barriers. So 34,000 shield and then 115,000 shield. This is a lower one because it's not the one that I have, but that is an enormous amount of extra shielding. Actually insane. I do not know yet if the mass barrier applies both. I don't know that. I could probably try and check that out. Let me try and check that out really quickly. I don't know if it's going to apply here, but we will give it a shot. Let's get some speed. Get me over here. Get me over here. Right. Okay. So there's a PvP healing dummy. Where is there? Like, just let's do a regular dummy over here. Let's cast mass and barrier here. Okay, so he only got the fire one. He only got the fire one. I got both, so it doesn't apply to everybody. Almost a little sad there, but it is what it is. Comet Storm calls down a meteor. Meteor calls down a Comet Storm. Great. Reaching maximum stacks of Frost Mastery, which again, as soon as you press Combustion, you get maximum stacks of both masteries. So reaching maximum stacks of Frost Mastery causes your next Phoenix Flames to cast Ice Nova. And then reaching maximum stacks of Fire Mastery causes your next Fire Blast to apply Living Bomb. So that's cool. You just get extra damage for free. And again, you're going to get an automatic 8 stacks of both of them when you pop your major cooldown. Cooldown of Frost spells with a base cooldown shorter than 4 minutes is reduced by 30%. Sorry. Base cooldown of shorter than 4 minutes. So it does not apply to Ice Block. Okay. Cauterize resets the cooldown of your Frost spells with a base cooldown shorter than 4 minutes. So that's going to give you like Frost Nova back. Ring of Frost, I would assume you get back as well. Stuff like that. What else is considered a Frost spell? I'm not entirely sure. It's not too many spells. This is really more of a PvP node here. Okay. Frost and Fire spells have a chance to trigger additional bolts of Frostfire. This effect generates Frostfire Mastery. So you get kind of a mini Frostfire bolt, and it will give you a stack of Fire Mastery and Frost Mastery. So again, very, very cool. Just more of the same. And then we talked about that. So that's the whole tree. A lot of it is really passive. Not going to lie. A lot of it is pretty passive. But it all revolves around your main damaging sort of ability that you're going to cast, which is Frostbolt or Fireball. And it just like replaces that and makes it sort of turbocharged, gives you all these passive effects. Really, yeah, it's just a lot of passive stuff going on. And the biggest thing you're thinking about is the Frostfire Empowerment. So getting a Frostfire Empowerment proc, you want to press your Frostfire Bolt as soon as you get that, because it's going to explode and do damage and reset your stacks of haste and mastery. So that is very, very good. I'm going to give this my best shot. We'll see how this goes. And I'll show you the damage. Remember, it's alpha. I'm in 437 gear. Nothing's optimized. Just don't even, right? It's all the TLDR stuff, okay? Now, I've taken spontaneous combustion, so I'm going to unload a bunch of these spells before I press combustion, and it's going to give them back to me, okay? That's how we're going to end up doing this, all right? So we'll go like this. I'm just going to start out with a Frostfire Bolt. Okay, we got a Pyro, and then I'm going to do this. We're just consuming our stacks here, and then we're going to do a Meteor. I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to go Combustion, and it gave me my stacks. Now we're really going, okay? Oh, I messed that up really hard right there. We'll do the breath. Oh, we got a speed boost. There we go. You can see the damage is fine. The damage is fine, I promise. Okay. I'm slowing down a little bit here. Get our Meteor out again, and then we'll do a reset with our shifting power. Okay, back. I'm just pressing Pyro as my filler. You could press Flame Strike. I'm not sure how good it is necessarily. I'm just doing Pyro to show you kind of that style where you're doing like a funnel style. Whoops. Meteor. You can just fill with Frostfire Bolt, right? That is the best button to fill with for sure. There we go. We'll do our breath. Okay. We'll get another combustion here in a minute, and then I will show you kind of a second combustion, and that'll be that. Okay. We're filling with Frostfire Bolt. Here comes our combustion. We're going to use this last charger, get Meteor out, then go combustion. There we go. We're back in it. Again, I'm not doing this correctly, but it is what it is. You guys are just gonna have to suffer with me. I have a big frost. I should have pressed that earlier. Whenever you see your Frostfire bolt light up, you should press it, because it's going to give you a huge AoE damage burst. That's it. That's how it works. So again, it's a lot of Fire Mage stuff. You're really just doing a lot of Fire Mage stuff, but on top of that, you're getting this added layer of Frostfire bolts potentially detonating and doing big damage. So it's actually kind of more of the same, and the synergies with your fireball, there isn't a lot of really crazy synergies here. There's obviously some, but I'm going to show you Frost Mage, and there's some insane synergies there. So we're going to jump over to that. So that, I guess, again, the damage is good. It's absolutely fine, but you're kind of just doing your normal fire thing, and then you're getting the benefit of having this added Frostfire bolt layered on top that's going to do giga damage when you get the Frostfire empowerment. That's what's happening here. For Frost Mage, I think it gets a little bit juicier from what I can tell. So if you look at our Frost Bolt, Frostfire Bolt replaces Frost Bolt. There's some really good synergies here. This, of course, Frostbolt gives you a bunch of your flurries. You get a bunch of flurry procs because of Brain Freeze. That's a big synergy that you have there. You could take Wintertide if you wanted more damage, or Deep Shatter. We're going to skip those for now. The big synergy comes when you're inside of Icy Veins. This gets really crazy, okay? While Icy Veins is active, each Frostbolt you cast reduces the cast time of Frostbolt and increases its damage up to 5 times. That's really good. So 20% damage, 20% cast speed. Then, of course, Death's Chill. While Icy Veins is active, damaging an enemy with Frostbolt increases spell damage by 1%. So you're just getting this stacking up spell damage, which is super good. Here's the big one. Fractured Frost. While Icy Veins is active, you Frostbolts hit up to 2 additional targets. So you're getting 3 Frostbolts, and guess what? It works with Frostfire bolts. You're getting 3 Frostfire bolts, which means you're stacking your Frostfire mastery like twice as quickly, 3 times as quickly, right? Actually, I don't know why I said twice as quickly. It's 3 times as quickly. It's insane. This talent is insane. And I think for Frost Mage, it really solidifies you as having like a cleave, this cleave playstyle. You're not going to play Fractured Frost on any old build, I don't think. Frostbolt's not that strong. But if you're doing Frostfire Bolt, I think it becomes really strong. And I think it becomes like one of the best talents you could possibly take for Frost Mage. Okay, we're also going to take Cold Front, because getting 30 Frostbolts is going to call down a Frozen Orb. That's going to stack up much more quickly because we're casting 3 Frostfire bolts all the time, right? So the Frozen Orb, of course, is going to go into our Freezing Rain, which is going to reduce the cast time of our Blizzard. That's the big AoE combo. You go Frozen Orb into Blizzard, Frozen Orb into Blizzard, and you're going to get the cooldown of that down, because you're going to get another Frozen Orb because of Cold Front, which is cool. And then we're going to finish it off with Coldest Snap, which allows us to reset our Frozen Orb and get more Frozen Orb Blizzard combos. So I think there's 2 different things that you're doing here as a Frost Mage. I think you're going to open up an Icy Veins window, and you're going to want to prioritize pressing Frostfire Bolt, because again, it's going to cleave to 3 different targets, which is nuts. It's really strong. Right before you go into your Icy Veins window, I think you should do the Frozen Orb Blizzard, get that combo going, and then you can fill your GCDs with your Frostfire Bolt over here, and then once your Blizzard comes back, you're going to press it again, and as you're cooling down your Frozen Orb, you're going to press that again. Okay, that's kind of like the AoE rotation. On top of that, your Comet Storm is, of course, going to bring down a Meteor, which is right here. That's kind of cool. So I do have Comet Storm, and I have it specced out here, and it's going to also increase the damage that enemies take, and that's all going to be good as well. So we're going to try this as well. We get our barrier up. We get both barriers once again, and we're just gonna go for it. You guys ready for this? Let me remember what I'm doing here. Okay, we're gonna start out with a Frostfire Bolt into a Frozen Orb into the Blizzard combo. Okay, so we go Frozen Orb into the Blizzard. Okay, and then oh my god, I don't know why I reset that. Oh well, we're gonna go Icy Veins. Okay, and then we're gonna get some Flurry. We're gonna cast as many Frostfire Bolts as we can. Okay, another Blizzard. We're gonna call down that Comet. We're almost cooled down our Frozen Orb once again, which is great. We're gonna do another Frozen Orb. Again, we're getting super fast cast time. There's our Blizzard combo once again. I probably could have prioritized pressing Frostfire Bolt a little bit more. We'll get our Comet Storm again, and then one more Blizzard. The Blizzard didn't go. That's okay. We're just gonna go into our Shifting Power to get our Frozen Orb back. Then we'll do Frozen Orb again into Blizzard, and then once we get our Icy Veins back, I'm going to show you guys the second Icy Veins combo. But you're doing a lot of what you did before as a Frost Mage in terms of your AoE rotation. Do another Frozen Orb here. A lot of that has not changed. I just think you're going to add in this cleaving damage now that's going to be coming from this Frostfire Bolt combo that we have going, which I think is really cool. I know I should be probably pressing Frost Nova. I understand that. Remember, I'm not playing this optimally. It is the way it is. We got a proc there on our, so we're super speedy right now. Okay, we'll do this. Call down another Comet. It's not going to entirely change your rotation, but I do think it might change your talents a little bit to get the cleaving Frost Bolts. It's totally worth it. Like, the cleaving Frostfire Bolts are awesome. Do I have Icy Veins up right now? I don't think I do. Do another combo. Here comes our Icy Veins. It's going to be back soon. Do a shifting power here. One more Blizzard. Okay. And we'll do another Frozen Orb. And we'll refresh it into Icy Veins. Here we go. We're going to focus on Frostfire Bolts a lot more. I don't know why I jumped there. I shouldn't have jumped. That was a big mistake. Remember, your Frostfire Bolt has a chance to give you your flurry back. So it's going to be very, very good in a single target situation as well. I just got one right there. And the damage is really good. Again, I'm not playing this super well. But I just love this cleave. I love the triple Frostfire Bolt that you get. I think that is really, really cool for Frost. And gives it a bit more of like a... It gives you a bit more reason to take this tree as a Frost Mage, I think. I think it's quite cool to have the cleaving Frost Bolts because of Fractured Frost. I think that's just awesome. So that's the tree for both Fire Mage and Frost Mage. And I think that, again, it's quite passive in what it does. You get extra haste, 8% haste, 8% mastery. You get exploding Frostfire Bolts. And then beyond that, you're just doing your regular thing as a Frost Mage or a Fire Mage. You're just sort of adding in this additional Frostfire Bolt when you need to, especially when you get the proc. That's when you're going to want to press it. And the rest of the time, it's kind of business as usual. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I think this tree is a little bit better for Frost Mage because of this cleaving fact that the Frostfire bolts from a Fire Mage do not get to cleave, but you do get to do as a Frost Mage. I think it's a little bit better for them, but let me know what you guys think, especially you guys who play Mage. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Let me know if I missed anything. I probably did. And thank you so much again for watching. I love you all. I will see you in the next one.